Sales credit notes in Sage Accounting. In this video, we'll show you how to create sales credit notes in Sage Accounting. A sales credit note is a document sent to your customer to correct an invoice or to refund an amount paid. Credit notes can be created in several ways. We'll cover each one in this video. Before creating credit notes for the first time, we recommend you check your document preferences and template and logo settings. These settings are covered in a separate video. To access this and other training, please visit Sage University. Let's get started. First, we will show you how to create a credit note from the original invoice. Use this method if the invoice is currently unpaid or part paid. To access the original invoice, navigate to Sales and click Sales Invoices. Here you'll see a list of all current invoices. If necessary, use the filters and search options at the top to help you find the invoice. Once you have located the original invoice, select this from the list. From the panel on the right, click Add Credit Note. A credit note is created with all the original details of the invoice. The date of the credit automatically defaults to today's date. Amend this if required. If you're crediting the full value of the invoice, no changes to the details are needed. If you're crediting part of the invoice only, amend the relevant information on each item line where amendments are needed. Use the delete icon to easily delete full item lines. Please note, if you are using stock items, a stock movement transaction is created whenever you buy or sell stock. Whenever stock items are included on a credit note, we create a negative goods out stock movement. This increases your stock level as this assumes the goods have returned. If the goods on the original invoice are not being returned, amend the credit note item lines to remove any stock items that you do not want to show a negative goods out stock movement for. Use this icon to check and add analysis types to your item line, such as cost centers or departments. Add any relevant notes here. These notes will be visible on the credit note when it's issued to your customer. If you're not ready to save and send this credit note to your customer, select this checkbox to save it as a draft. While in draft status, it will not update your accounts or VAT. To preview your credit note, click Preview. Use the cross in the top right of the preview to return to the credit note. To view your template and logo settings, as well as your document preferences, use this drop-down. Check, and if necessary, amend the carriage here. To view a detailed VAT analysis, click this link. Attach any supporting documents by clicking this icon. Follow the on-screen steps to add up to 10 attachments to your credit note. If you would like these attachments to be visible to your customer when you email a link to their credit note, use this slider. With details of your credit note successfully entered, you can save this and send it to your customer. You have several options when saving a credit note. The Save and Email option saves the invoice and sends it directly to your customer. Before sending, you will see a preview of the email, and you can edit this before sending. Once you have emailed this, you can print a PDF copy too. The Save and Print option saves the invoice and creates a PDF version. You can print or save the PDF. You can email this to your customer manually if required. Save and New will save your credit note and clear the form, allowing you to easily create your next credit note without leaving this screen. If you would like to save and finalize your credit note without printing or emailing it, simply click Save. Once saved, the credit note is automatically allocated to the original invoice, so there's no need to manually allocate this later. The invoice amount due is reduced by the value of the credit note. If required, you can send this invoice to your customer showing the amended amount due. To print or email a credit note after it's saved, use the panel on the right to take the relevant action. You have now successfully created, saved, and sent a sales credit note directly from an invoice. Next, we'll show you how to create a standalone credit note. Use this method when the customer invoice is already fully paid and you are refunding the customer. Or if this is a regular customer, you can allocate this credit note against a future invoice without sending a refund. To do this, navigate to Sales, then click Sales Credit Notes. Click New Credit Note. All mandatory information is marked with an asterisk. Complete the information at the top by entering your customer, the credit date, and if you have a reference, such as an original invoice number, enter this in the reference box. The address fields will be populated with the address in the selected customer record. If there's no address, simply enter no address. If a stock item has been returned, use the product service drop-down to select the returned item. This will create a stock adjustment. If this is a credit for a service, choose the relevant one from this list. Once a product or service is selected, the item line details are automatically populated based on the product or service record. Check the details on the item line and make any necessary amendments. Alternatively, enter the information manually by leaving the product/service blank. Use this icon to add analysis types to your item line, such as cost centers or departments. Repeat the process to enter additional item lines to your credit note. Save the credit note by selecting one of the options available. If you've already refunded the customer, you can record your refund manually in the Banking tab or from within the credit note by clicking here. Alternatively, you can match the transaction when using a bank feed. If you'd like to learn more about banking transactions, access our videos by visiting Sage University or visit the Help Center. You can also enter your credit notes as quick entries. Using this option, you can quickly enter sales credit notes that you create either in a different system or by hand. You can do this for one or more customers at the same time. Navigate to the Sales menu and click Quick Entries. Click New Quick Entry. Complete the information, ensuring you choose Credit Note in the Type column. Please note, by using this option you can't print or send a physical copy to your customer. As you do not select a product or service here, no stop levels are adjusted. Once you're happy with all information entered, click Save. The credit note will now appear on your customer record. If you have a credit note to allocate to an invoice or refund, you can do this manually in the customer record. First, navigate to the relevant customer record and then use this drop-down. Click Account Allocation. All outstanding transactions are listed here. You can allocate transactions together by selecting the checkbox on the left of the relevant ones. We will allocate the credit note to Sales Invoice 10. In this example, the remaining balance of the sales invoice exceeds the credit note value. The left to allocate should be 0. To reduce the amount paid against the invoice, click on the value in the paid column. Amend the amount to pay to reflect the value of the credit note, which in this case is 120. To save this, click Apply. The left to allocate is 0. To save the allocation and part pay the invoice with the credit note, click Save. If you'd like to know more about account allocation, this is covered in a separate video. Please visit Sage University or the Help Center for more information. If you would like to record a refund sent to your customer, you can do this easily within the credit note. Navigate to the credit note within the Sales Credit Notes option. Then click Record Refund. Alternatively, if you have bank feeds set up, or you import your bank statement, allocate the refund to your credit note while processing your imported bank transactions. For more information and videos on processing your bank transactions, please visit Sage University. You have now learned how to create credit notes in Sage Accounting.